Welcome everybody to another episode of So Bad It's So Good, this time with a game I never thought I would be reviewing. Believe it or not, I have some history with this game that dates back to long before this channel even started. It's a game I had history with, even though pretty short. Now you guys are all familiar how 4 or 5 years ago at the dusk in Medieval, the world was shoveling down our throats all sorts of retro-inspired video games. Since old graphics are so quick and easy to imitate, and old school FPS game mechanics even easier, these type of games were made in such large quantities to the point where they started to become annoying. It was like the gray fever of the 2010s, but with pixelated textures, and sometimes even that ugly warping I hope to never see again after the PS2 helped the video game industry to ascend to a higher plane. Back in 2020, while I was wasting time of my life watching shitty boomer shooter review videos, I was recommended the trailer of this new upcoming retro-inspired shooter. Just looking at the thumbnail, I was scratching my head in disbelief, but it was only after I clicked the trailer that I was blown away. By how fucking ridiculous this looks! The models look like molten Play-Doh. The environment's gonorrhea. It reminded me of those shitty Disney Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. The man behind this can't be serious. At least the demo is free, let's just play it. It was alright. I joined Limitless Hunger's Discord server and the people there were real nice. The developer was a very nice person and not a complete slowpoke like how the indie game developers. Anyways, time moves on, and while looking back at his Realms Deep videos, Civi mentioned something that took me back.
Limitless Hunger!
Limitless Hunger! That game just as I remember it. Funny thing, the Steam page is a featured in Realms Deep badge, almost as if it is the video game equivalent of as seen on TV. No need to digress further. I want to get my hands on this game and try it out for myself. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Limitless Hunger. Oh boy, just by clicking on the game icon and we are prompted with the configuration settings. Like it's a demo for a niche IO game that will never be finished. I know I should stop commenting on the main menu of every game I play, but please, just please look at this spectacle! There's a giant hell tower with fucking bad people circling around with a gazillion hell knights and tentacles and portals. Are those fucking hell subwoofers? No, this is not a PowerPoint presentation, this is the level selection. We get thrown right into the action by falling into the bottomless void for all of eternity. What the fuck? I just got here, and already we get a game-breaking bug that forces me to restart the game? I will take this as a chance to show the introduction video. The Steam description sums up the story like this. Heaven and hell have clashed with Earth, and modern weaponry has been mixed with demonic powers. The player goes through heaven and hell, confronting countless demonic and angelic enemies on their way to save the world. This is the closest we have to a story. Next to the dialogue we have with what looks like the devil.
Blood and flesh. You have sparked my curiosity, but yet you're so weak. Your death is inevitable, just like every mere mortal. But we can change that. So, what if I can give you power beyond reckoning? One that can save humanity. So, do we have a deal?
We are making a deal with the devil. I'm sure this has repercussion in the story later on. Our first ever weapon is a flaming super death sword that has a healing effect, which is a nice touch, honestly. It makes the melee weapon not useless. The movement is good enough, although the jump feels very janky. It's that kind of jump that is not connected to any kind of physics. So you're just floating mid-air if you have something above you. Not as bad as the jumping noise that sounds like Squidward with a sinus infection. It's not long until we get our second weapon, and we also get our special gear, the Slayer's Chain. It's not even a reference, this is just a great value meat hook from Doom Eternal. After we are done with the introductory corridor file, we get to one of our first boss fights. I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be, a Minecraft beacon?
You think you can challenge us?
This boss is limited to only 3 attacks, each attack connected to each layer. One shoots fireballs that roll, one shoots fireballs that spawn enemies, and another shoots lasers that would never fucking hit you, because they're slow as fuck and they're aimed at the sides of the map. This fight ain't even all that difficult. Just sucker strafe around and you won't even have to worry being hit by the swarm enemies. Prepare yourself mentally because this is going to be pretty much how the whole game is going to be playing. After we are done with the fountain, we are given... Wait, what is that? Oh, yes!
Inject the jank directly into my veins!
At the end of that section, there is a toilet with a radio on top. No idea if it's a reference to a developer, a Patreon, or if the game is self-aware all of a sudden. Next we head into this church where there is another boss fight. This time we are fighting what looks like Juliet from Lollipop Chainsaw was modeled by the creators of Little Panda Fighters. She just flies around and shoots at you while summoning beams of light, and it's another circling, spiraling descent into boredom. After we are done with the witch, we are given the Holy Shotgun! Monty Python reference or vulgar expression of surprise. This mix between a Striker 12 and a gas station keychain. Kicks major ass! Matter of fact, it's going to be the first weapon that's going to run out of ammo on every occasion due to how fucking powerful it is. We are introduced to the projectile type enemies, and for fuck's sake, all of the enemies in this game are so easy to dodge. All it takes is a circle strafe and you're basically walking past bullets like you're Wesker from Resident Evil. The only times you're ever gonna get hit is when you stand still, or when you turn into the opposite direction you were strafing towards, or when you're going to try and use the sword since all the melee enemies have 7 times your reach. I mean, I remember back in 2016 when I bought Doom and I was awestruck when an imp fireball hit me in the face with an attack that was aimed at the direction I was heading towards. There is no harm in making different enemies that make you press a different button every once in a while. Oh, and remember that Slayer's chain we got earlier? It's like the mid-hook, except you cannot move sideways while you're chained to an enemy, so it's not a valid movement option. You cannot fire your weapon while using it, so it's not a good offense option. All it does is that it heals you, I guess.
Welcome to Burger Hell. Here's your order. Wait, you have no soul? How are you gonna pay for this burger, you slimy cock-sucking soulless mother of a whore? And don't even dare walk away from me, you edgy kid wannabe. I don't wanna see you near my fast food restaurant anymore, you hatred guy wannabe.
You can use the points you scored to upgrade your weapons and buy the alt-fire for the shotgun, which is a grenade. Very generic, but still, it's an explosive in my inventory. I am not complaining. I got to hand it to this game. All it took was one set of upgrades and already all my weapons feel better. Even the pistols are fun to use and not something that will remain forgotten in your inventory as a last resort weapon. I really want to see my entire arsenal fully upgraded. After fighting in the toxic sludge pit, we proceed towards the next boss fight.
I am Cerberus, the guardian of Hell's Gate.
This has got to be the only fight that managed to kill me more than once. Probably because the hitbox of the flame is flared and fucked up. Probably because Dog is constantly surrounded by a circle of flames that covers half the size of the arena. Just shoot him with the shotgun's all fire every time it's ready. Shoot him with the shotgun. Just shotgun him until he dies. Level completed. Oh god, this is the character I've been playing as. God, I would love a clay medallion of this guy. Let's just get to the next level before I lose my patience. Seems about right. Oh wait, I could chroma key this with whatever I want. Level 2 takes place in an Egyptian-style desert. This is where the game gets even more Serious Sam-like. Large open maps, big arenas where they throw shitloads of cannon fodder enemies at you. Soundtrack is a bunch of cinematic oriental bongo music. Enemies that spawn behind your back as you pick up secrets. Even one of the new enemies they introduce is Plagiarism Incarnate. We get another weapon which is a bow that acts as a rocket launcher. It's got a wind up and a drop, so I'm not a big fan of it. Still, it's an explosive in my inventory, so I'm not complaining. This time, the upgrade shop offers us the alt-fire for the sword, which is a ranged slash that goes through enemies and heals. While these weapons might not be the best looking thing, after upgrading them, I've got to say that they're starting to grow on me. Except this double barrel shotgun that I haven't mentioned, it's nothing like the one in Serious Sam. It's weak, it reloads slowly, it has no range, it's bad and I hate it. There isn't anything good I can say about the environment in this level. Most of it is just copy and pasted pre-made assets, with some Egyptian symbols plastered here and there to remind you that you are in Egypt, this is Egypt! After a little bit more demon mowing, we get to the boss room where we are fighting Big Bird with a harlequin disease. and he's legs deep in gold, so you know what that means. Wall boss fight. This is just as boring as a wall boss fight gets. And the attacks of this guy are just unfucking predictable. Look at this fart breath attack he does. How the hell am I supposed to dodge that shit? Next level starts with a boss fight. Hell, this level is the boss fight. This actually was one of the, if not the most challenging level in the game. There are these pillars that project a laser beam towards you, which force you to keep moving, otherwise bye-bye health. And this giant sandworm looking creature keeps throwing Tyranids at you. These enemies teleport around, so you can't really save your ass by just circus strafing. Weirdly enough, I kinda like this level, even though it's so green that it hurts my eyes. Oh no, wait, I know what to do. The next level, and God almighty, the next fucking level, we are given a dash ability, which allows us to dash forward towards the direction we are facing. And underline towards the direction we are facing. You cannot dash sideways, you cannot dash backwards, you can only dash forward. And you don't even get any iframes, so you're gonna dive headfirst into the line of fire every time you're using the ability. Guaranteed. So this entire ability, just like the other one, is just going to be used once and then never again. Garbage. Fucking garbage.
What the fuck is that thing?
The next level opens up with introducing a new enemy, and then it throws us into an arena that reflects the piss poor condition of this game's level design. You are going to get stuck in one of the dead ends at the edges and get surrounded by a swarm of enemies. Something as simple as moving the ramps at the angles of the arena, or even better, placing some jump pads, will make this section much more enjoyable. The game gives us another weapon, the Holy Minigun, which is mediocre at best compared to the alt fire of the assault rifle. Look how fast this thing is firing. We've had a quick boss fight against there. What the fuck is that? I forgot to mention this in the original script, but I also wanted to point this out. Back in the green boss level with the giant centipede, I left the weapon upgrade locked because I didn't have enough points. In later levels where I racked enough points, I wanted to go back and buy the upgrade, only to find out that the game doesn't work as if your progress is saved if you go back to another level. Instead, it works that every level has its own separated saves and checkpoints. So every time you load a level, you start with how many points you earned until then. This game is premium. Busted. Wow, you know something weird is coming up when the name of the level says Lost City. I'm just gonna keep my bad sensor ready in case any hell of a boss shit comes up. We are given the BFG of the game, which is called the Fad. Or the FAP. It's just another explosive that does more damage and has more AoE. Still, it's an explosive, so I'm not complaining. Nothing really special in this level except a new totally original enemy variant. And a boss fight that, ugh, as if somebody's going to look at this compost heap of polygons and meshes and get their arousal gland activated. Next on the list is...
Civi? Oh, you fucker, you! This is what you get for having a game review channel that is 10 times the quality of mine!
Huh. Alright, we call it a draw. Ah, shit. Doesn't matter. Just gotta click here, start the game. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! So this is the penultimate level, and it's just a corridor with a boss fight at the end. The developer really ran out of patience on this game. The boss is another wall fight, except this time he throws homing ice spears at us, and does this weird wave thing that makes me feel like I'm playing a shitty mobile running game. I still manage to die like the idiot that I am. Then this happens. Alright, last level. This is the part where I get serious. Sam Stone kind of serious. Last level, and they added Heaven Ninjas, these tanky ball enemies which sometimes throw grenades around them, and enemies with hit scan shotguns. Fuck these guys in particular. Didn't all retro FPS shooter fans and developers all collectively agree that every range enemy attack has got to be a projectile, and that hit scans are casted by the player and the player only? If it got hit scan enemies, then it's a bad game design and no skill is involved. Alright, every enemy defeated. It's now time for the final boss. Oh, so this is how you want it to be.
What the fuck was the purpose of that?
that? For fuck's sake, I played this game for twice the intended runtime just to get slapped in the face with a mere "the end, self-sacrifice, welcome home son." No credits roll, no thank you for playing the game, which believe me, that's the real challenge. At this point, you could have just blasted a big red "go fuck yourself" at the end screen as gratitude. So this is really all that there is to it. It just goes from 100 to 0 in a split second, like a car crashing into a wall in fast forward. What do I have to say towards this game that is not oblivious? The game looks like 9,000 hours in MS Paint. The gameplay is repetitive and is as smoothed out as a slip and slide through concrete, but I had a big dumb smile on my face. At least for the first 3 levels. Limitless Hunger managed to maintain its fun factor for so long, then it just goes downhill, with much more horrible structural levels that are just a straight line with something on the side and a boss fight at the end. And to be honest, when the game tries to stray away from linearity, it's not like it does a better job. It's sad to say that the bads of this game are more numerous than the goods, but when a game's more jank than joy, it just becomes tedious to play. The fun starts wearing out like paint from rust, and all you're left with is Dustborn. Anyways, that is all I have to say in regards of this game. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to be synchronized with my channel, and don't forget to join the Discord server below for updates on upcoming videos, and just plain weird shit that I forget to have posted that will come back to me in the future to haunt me. I will see you all in the next video.